Hello and welcome to your first WebCT class in the engineering department. All of your WebCT classes in engineering will have this similar format. You'll notice that there's an introduction, a syllabus, a calendar, my grades, mail, and then something that specifies units. The first thing you always want to do is go to the introduction page. So we click on the introduction and it'll come up with normally an introduction of the course and who the instructor is. In this case, this is Introduction to Alternative Energies, discusses alternative energies, what's going on, and then the instructor, okay, who he is, what he's all about, what he may be working on, background information, all that good stuff, so you can be comfortable with the instructor. Once you've looked into the introduction, you then want to examine the syllabus. The syllabus is your guide. It tells you what is going on in the course, the schedule that the course is going to follow, who's teaching it. It'll give their name, their number, email address, the text required, supplies, what the objectives of the course are, how it's going to be graded, also anything class participation, relevance, quizzes. It covers all of this, including policies. And then finally, normally on the last page of the syllabus will be your schedule. Now, these schedules will be broken into units, normally 1 through 8. And it talks about Unit 1, what the dates the unit runs from, 8/26 in this case to 9/05. It talks about the topics, energy sources and usage, terminology and units, determining energy usage. It will also talk about the assignments, what assignments you're going to have, unit exercises, things of that nature, quizzes. So it's a very general overview of what you're going to be doing for each period of time within a given unit. Once you've looked at the syllabus, print it off, have a hard copy of it so you can see what's going on. There's a calendar. The calendar will have dates, when the final must be submitted. It talks about today, assignments. The calendar is a tool that the instructor will use to communicate to you that, hey, this is coming up. You want to make sure that you have something turned in or completed by a certain date. Grades. Grades are basically a way of tracking your grades. Basically, the grades will be inputted by the instructor, or they'll be automatically graded after you complete a quiz. But basically, if you look here, example of Lily Green, she's taken one quiz, she got 20 points out of 40, so she got a 50%, which is, I would expect you all to do a little bit better. Come back to the home page. Now, the home page always brings you back to this area. Now, if we look at the units, okay, the first thing you'll see, and you'll always want to look at in the unit, is the unit agenda. The unit agenda specifically describes what you're going to be doing in the unit. So after completing this particular unit, you'll have an awareness of current and projected energy usage, know various sorts of energy used today, their life expectancy and the effect on our environment, know common terms and units used to describe and measure energy usage, be able to determine your current usage of energy. The agenda. The agenda is actually what you're going to be doing for this unit. At the completion of this unit, 75 points are possible. So, how do you get the 75 points? Post-discussion, introduction. You'll have a discussion board, which we'll go into. And there's a question. Introduce yourself to the class, include your name, what degree you're going for, certificate or degree. If you're a full or part-time student, what's your current occupation, what's your interest in this course, and then a time frame, complete within the first few days of the course to acknowledge your attendance in the course. And then it'll say review Unit 1 slide presentation. It'll say read the following sections in the text that's required. And then you'll have post discussion. Under discussions, Unit 1 post, in 50 to 100 words, explain your energy usage, how much comes from non-renewable versus renewable resources, and how you feel you can change this. Please complete this by Friday of the unit week to give the others a chance for peer review. So, again, the time frame specified by the units, you must have it done by that Friday. And then under discussion unit 1, you also have to post a 1 or 2 sentence reply to each separate posting. Each reply will be worth 5 points, but replies should not be set up in such a way that something is said like, I agree, or that's great, good job. Okay? They need to be substantial replies, not one-liners. Okay? And then it says complete assignment for Unit 1, study the review for Unit 1, and take the quiz for Unit 1. And those dates will all be specified by the assignment when you click on them. So let's go back and look more through Unit 1. We have our PowerPoints. Now, in the agenda, it says look and read over the PowerPoints. You click on the PowerPoints, and they come up, Introduction to Alternative Energy, and you go further down into it. After completing the unit, how much energy do we use, what's projected energy use, energy utilization, and so on and so on and so on. So you want to review this. Again, you still need to read your text, but this is a supplemental material that you can use to gain a better understanding. Okay? If you want to get ready and get on your discussion posting, you'll notice here's your discussion posting. The first one goes into the introduction. Here's your introduction tab. Then the second part of the postings, it says post in Unit 1. Here's Unit 1. You go ahead, click on Unit 1, and compose a message. Okay? Composing a message says, okay, Unit 1, I want to talk about my energy usage. And we're going to say blah, blah, blah. And again, this is not, of course, an appropriate posting, but then you click on Post. And if you go back to Discussion, Unit 1, oh, there's a new post. It is what I went ahead and posted into Unit 1. Okay? So that is basically posting a message. Now let's go back into Unit 1. We've looked at the discussion. We've looked at posting. Then you'll have unit assignments. Okay? Unit assignments, Unit 1 exercise. If you click on that, what will open up is the assignment. Okay? Now the assignment will say there will be a download file. It says do this, this, and this, and then you upload it back into the file. Unit 1 quiz. We've got the quizzes. Okay? Quiz availability. All right. Click on the quiz. Now you'll have 10 minutes to complete the quiz. Okay. Okay. An ecological concern with burning fossil fuels is the release of what, and so on. Now notice that there's a time up here. You have 10 minutes to take this quiz, so you want to make sure that you get through and give yourself enough time to take the quiz. All right. We go back to Unit 1 one more time. Now there is Unit 1 review, which you may want to look at before completing your quiz. And it's basically a review of the highlights or what you want to concentrate on before taking your quiz or exam, because it gives you a very good indication of what the exam will entail and therefore better prepare you to take the exam. So this is, again, I'll continue on with Unit 2, Unit 3, Unit 4 will all contain this information. Once you've made it through Unit 1, we'll move on to Unit 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Following your syllabus, you can always keep track of your grades, how you're doing in the class, by looking at my grades, and so on. So this is a basic overview of the engineering WebCT interface. In the engineering department, for any class you take, it will look very similar to this. It'll be broken into units. The units will contain what needs to be completed, and the syllabus will be your guide as to the time frame. There's one final section, student resources. It may have supplemental materials that are going to be used throughout the course in different areas. myfootprint.org, it talks about appliance energy use charts, how do I submit an assignment, exercise grading rubric.